Come all you maids, and you very pretty maids, and a warning take by me. Don't go down to the chaser's wood, if a maid you want to return, and return, if a maid you want to return. Lady Margaret, she was sitting in her bower, she was red as any rose, but she longed to go to the chaser's woods, to pull them flowers that grows and grows, oh, to pull the flowers that grows. And she's taken out her silver comb, made in haste to comb her hair, then she's away to the chaser's wood, as fast as she could tear and could tear, aye, as fast as she could tear. And she hadn't pulled but the one red rose, the rose that grows there in the green, when a voice said, Lady, how dare you pull a rose without no leave of me and of me, aye, without no leave of me. This little wood, she says, it is my very own, my father he given it to me. I will pull, pluck, break, I'll bend the branch, and I won't ask leave of thee and of thee, no, I won't ask leave of thee. Oh, he's taken her by the middle so small, down to where the grass grows so green, and what they've done, well, I just couldn't say. Oh, the green grass grew between and between, aye, the green grass grew between. Aye, he's taken her by the lily white hand, down to where the grass grows so green, and it's what they done, well, I just couldn't say, but he never once asked her leave, no, he never once asked her leave. It's 24 ladies, they're all sitting in the hall, playing at the chess, all except for young Margaret. She's green as any grass, and she's green as any grass. Aye, there's 24 ladies, they're all sitting in the hall, all as red as the rose, all except for young Margaret. And pale and wan she goes, and she goes, aye, pale and wan she goes. Up there spake one of them little girls, and on her face there was a smile. She says, I think my lady's loved a little long, and now she goes with child and with child, aye, and now she goes with child. Up there spake another of them girls, a pretty little girl was she. She says, I know her growing in the chaser's woods, as'll twine the babe from thee and from thee, as'll twine the babe from thee. Lady Margaret, she picked up her silver comb, made in haste to comb her hair, then she's away to the chaser's wood, as fast as she could tear and could tear, aye, as fast as she could tear. And she hadn't pulled but the one bit of herb, the herb that grows there in the loam, when up there spoke young Tam Lin, saying, Margaret, leave it alone, oh sweetheart, Margaret, leave it alone. Why do you want that bitter herb, the herb that grows so grey, except for to twine away the pretty little baby we got in our play, Mark, we got in our play. Oh, tell me this, young Tam Lin, she says, if a mortal man you be, well, I'll tell you the truth without a word of a lie. I got christened as good as thee, I got christened as good as thee. But as I rode out on a bitter day, 'twas from my horse I fell, and the Queen of the Elves did take me in yonder greenwood for to dwell and to dwell, aye, in yonder greenwood for to dwell. And it's every seventh year we pay a toll to hell, and the last one here is the first to go. And I fear the toll, it's myself, aye, I fear the toll, it's myself. Oh, tonight it is the Halloween, when the elven court shall ride. If you would your true lover save, by the old mill briggs you must hide, you must hide. By the old mill briggs you must hide. And it's first there'll come this black horse, and it's then there'll come the brown, and they're both raced by the white. You must throw your arms up around my neck, and I will not you affright and affright. No, I will not you affright. And they'll change me then, and it's all in your arms, into many's the beast so wild. You must hold me tight, you must fear me not. I'm the father of your child, oh, you know that I'm the father of your child. And the woods grew dark, and the woods grew dim. Tam Lin was gone. She picked up her lily white feet, and to the mill briggs run, now she run, aye, and to the mill briggs run. She looked high, aye, and she looked low, she compassed all around, but she nothing saw, she nothing heard, she heard no mortal sound, no sound, no, she heard no mortal sound. Till about the dead hour of the night, she heard them bridles ring. It chilled her heart, it's given her a start, more than any mortal thing, anything, more than any mortal thing. Then it's first there come this black horse, and it's then there come the brown, they both raced by the white, and she's thrown her arms up around his neck. He didn't her a fright and a fright, no, he didn't her a fright. And the thunder roared across the sky, and the stars they burned as bright as day, and the queen of the elves gave a trilling cry, saying, young Tam Lin is away, aye, young Tam Lin is away. And they changed him then, it were all in her arms, to a lion roaring so wild, but she held him tight, and she feared him not. He was the father of her child, oh, she knew he was the father of her child. Soon they changed him again, it were all in her arms, to a big black hissing snake, but she held him tight, and she feared him not. He was one of God's own make, oh, she knew that he was one of God's own make. And they changed him again, it were all in her arms, to a big black dog to bite, but she held him tight, and she feared him not. He didn't her a fright and a fright, no, he didn't her a fright. So they changed him again, it were all in her arms, to a white-hot bar of iron, but she held him tight, and she feared him not. He'd done to her no harm, no harm, no, he'd done to her no harm. Then they changed him again, it were all in her arms, to a mother naked man, and she throwed a cloak up around her shoulders, saying, Tam Lin, we've won, oh, we've won, saying, Tam Lin, we've won. Then the queen of the elves, how she cursed Tam Lin, oh, well, she cursed him good. She said, I should have torn out your eyes, young Tam Lin, I should have put into eyes of wood, of wood, I should have put into eyes of wood. And it's curses on you, Tam Lin, she says, you once was my very own, and when you was, I should have torn out your heart, and put in a heart of stone, cold stone, I should have put in a heart of stone.